Okay, I am Ellie Hamby, and Sandy and I went around the world in 80 days at age 81. Now, you introduce yourself and tell them why we did it at 81 and not 80.
Okay, so I'm Sandy Hayslip, and several years ago, in anticipation of getting old and turning 80, I mentioned to Ellie one day, wouldn't it be fun to go around the world in 80 days at age 80? Well, she thought that would be fun too, so we started making our plans. We had all of our plane reservations made, all of our hotel reservations made, and COVID shut it down. But COVID didn't shut us down. So we made the trip this year,
That's
and our
right.
new theme was
Around the world in 80 days at 81 and still on the run. A famous book, Around the World in 80 Days, Jules, and the movie, and that back a long time ago, the original movie is the one we relate to.
Before you were born.
Yes. So we all, and Phileas Fogg is the character who went around the world in 80 days. And so we decided, well, let's just do that. Of course, he went a pretty well a straight circle around the world. Sandy and I, no, we went to all 7 continents. We saw how many world wonders?
9.
9 world wonders in about 18
different
countries. There's nothing like standing on the ground in the Antarctic. Very few people are blessed to stand there and see a place where no human being lives permanently. You know, there's lots of penguins that make their home in the Antarctic, and they were everywhere. It's so cute. But just to look at the ice mountains, the water, the land, the icebergs, and it was just a feeling like it's really hard to express because you're just really, really blessed to see God's beautiful handiwork.
And like Ellie, I love that. I love all of it. But if I chose one place, I would choose the island of Bali. And the reason for that is I grew up back in the day. I grew up in Fort Worth, Texas. Back in the days that unless you were wealthy, no one had a pretty lawn. Mm-hmm. You know, no one had money to have pretty flowers and pretty yards. So when we got together as a family, we went to the botanical gardens of Fort Worth and had our pictures made and walked through the gardens. Well, when we landed in Bali, mm-hmm. the entire island is like one garden after another. It was just gorgeous.
Well, number one, we did not go on a vacation or a holiday. We went on an adventure. And every single morning, it was like, wow, what new adventure is in store for us? And when we come in the evenings, it's, wow, wasn't that fun?
Great adventure.
And so, and actually, we never missed. We were gone exactly 80 days. And we never missed one day where we said, let's just stay in the hotel and just relax all day. No. That never happened. Well, my advice is, first off, find a friend.
Yes.
We found too that Sandy and I kind of took our friendship for granted, but we found too the young people are the TikTok generation, which we have a big TikTok following. You probably seen that, I assume. And but if you look at all the comments, it's all about tagging their friend. We can do this. So number one, have a good friend and be a good friend and travel together and just don't be afraid. Just step out. The world, humankind is good.
Right.
And we saw that over and over and over again.
And then for the older generation, since we are a member of the older generation, I say, get up out of your easy chair. Step out of your comfort zone. Make some plans and live. And I'm doing
because we're going to be 82 and we're not through.
So this time we're going to go to Machu Picchu and we'll go to
Galapagos, And then we're hoping to go to the salt plains in Bolivia, and then we will go to Brazil. I will spend longer in Brazil because, of course, it's a huge country. And of course, we'll see some world wonders there at Rio. And then we hope to go to the Amazon for a few days.
When we travel on a very
Yes.
low
budget. Our average hotel on our around the world in 80 days was $29 each a night. So number one, we always look for location. Then number two, we look for ratings. So now we've narrowed our search to the right location, the good ratings, and then we put in the price. And generally speaking, we'll generally go with about the cheapest one there.
Ellie has this beautiful saying that she read, then that is, the world is a book.
Yeah.
And he who does not travel only reads one page.